has a very Kojima vibe to me, and I love that about it.
They are nested with sin. Free them, that they may know my... Yara! Where is the other apostate? Clip her wings.
Oh no.
That's intense.
Oh my god.
Here.
Just stand there while she chokes to death, that's fine.
Well, they're not together.
Yara. Demons are coming. Cut her down. She's one of them.
Lev.
Watch your backs.
That was the most violent trailer I've ever seen.
Really?
That literally like made my stomach
Like, it was just
lurch.
graphic. That was nuts.
The hammer is what does it, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
with the arm, you
Yeah,
mean.
with
the arm,
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And so, I mean, it could be a thing of maybe just what I play, what I see, what I've been desensitized to, any of that.
Well, hold on. Before I don't know anything about The Last of Us except for how it ended and what the final choice was
Okay.
because I looked it up.
I will try to keep my argument then.
But I need to know
reframed.
who these people are.
We don't know.
We don't know.
There's no
Yeah.
context for any of
No.
this.
Well, there is and there isn't.
Right, it's hidden context, or possibly hidden context.
I
It's
think
been alluded to.
you can kind of definitely make predictions, and that was like Neil Druckmann came afterwards, and he's like, "We don't want to tell you who these people are. We don't want to tell you when this takes place, but we want to see the predictions you guys come up with." A lot. See, I don't want to say what a lot of people are predicting. I think it's a very possible prediction on who this woman is, and I think if it is who a lot of people are thinking it is, then I think it's really cool what they're setting up here. But I think that's their big mistake. I don't think there's anything wrong with the trailer, personally.
No.
I think that it's perfectly fine to show a trailer like
I mean,
this.
the shock value is definitely there.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll probably never play it because of
Here's-
that, though.
well-
because I'm not a gory person.
No,
and
that's
that
fine.
Made my stomach
Would you consider
lurch.
it gore? That's not gore, though.
Graphic.
For
I
me,
guess.
It is
like-
graphic.
Graphic.
Yeah, that is
It's graphic, but it's not
definitely
Well,
gore.
so
Yeah.
I'm such a and I guess the best word for it is like an emphatic person
Mm-hmm.
that like stuff like this. I'm not like the whole time I was watching that I wasn't thinking like here's this story. I'm like, what if that was me? Like what if that was our life
Mm-hmm.
or we're in a zombie situation and I'm getting my arm hammered and shattered by two bald psychos. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, because you would definitely be the one.
Hey,
But-
now that I take offense to.
But it's just like that fear and that terror that they have to feel, and then they sit there like they're totally fine afterwards. Is like
Yeah,
Then I
here's a
start
question
going
I
into,
have,
like, the
and I don't
total
think there's anything wrong
psychological-
with you guys feeling this is the most graphic trailer you've ever seen.
not the most.
Why
graphic I've ever seen,
is a
but-
hammer to the arm worse than heads exploding, heads being pulled off in God of War? Things that are much more graphic than
Which, by the way, was
hammer,
shown in a trailer.
than a
because
hammer to an arm. Why is that more
because a
graphic?
head ripping off is almost fantastical. It's almost
Yeah.
like not real.
Right.
But a hammer to the arm is like
Like it's just
I
one
could
human
feel
on
my
another
arm
human.
lurch when
Yeah.
she.
I
did
think
that.
that's what's impressive about it personally. That like they really make you feel that moments.
Right, exactly, and that's what I agree with. And I'll tell you right now, that is nothing, and I won't say what happens, but there's something that happens, a big part of the end of a certain chapter in the first game, that is far worse than that.
In a violent standpoint.
And, yeah, as far as
Yeah, it's
intensity,
definitely just as-
especially
just
for someone
as-
who's
yeah.
who's emphatic, like
Ozark.
Yep.
There were some parts where I had to like legitimately close my eyes. It's just.
I think
it's,
we're just getting to a point now where this scene would have been no issue if it was on PS3. This exact scene.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that we're to a point where that could be confused with a real life scene.
Yeah,
that
mocap,
looked
yeah.
that good that some people would confuse it with not a video game. And
Yeah.
for that reason, people can't remove themselves anymore.
Yeah.
Like there was this barrier before where you could kind of like it desensitized you because it's just a video game.
Yep.
But that did not look like a video game.
Well,
that
and
looked like real life.
It surprised me too because at first there looked like a height difference, and so when they're walking, I was like, "Oh, it's Joel and Ellie holding hands."
They
And
wanted
then-
to fool you that way.
and I
Yeah.
was like, "No, that's not what's happening at all, actually, anymore."
Yep.
So,
I think it's a really effective trailer, personally.
like literally, I have shivers.
I mean, everybody's talking about it. Like,
I'm excited.
and the craziest part is we don't even know who these characters are. Like, they might be people we don't even know. I don't think that's the case. I think I know exactly who she is. But I think it's really cool that everybody's talking about this and everybody's theorizing. I think it was a really smart move on their part. And not the entire game is going to be like this. Like, this is one snip of the game. It doesn't mean there's still going to be the humor probably that we saw in The Last of Us. You're still going to have jokey Ellie here and there, I'm sure. You know,
You
like
say
they're
you
not going to
think
remove
you know
that
who she
entirely.
is, the lady with the hammer.
I think so, yeah.
yeah.
I don't want to say who I think it is.
Okay.
Just because Kelly's here.
I
if
think
you
I
wanna
know who
keep
you
safe.
think it is. Well, maybe.
Say who
probably
you
not.
think I think it is.
No, because then I'm gonna be wrong.
No, that's
No,
fine. I'm not going to
that's
tell you
fine.
one way or
That's
the
what
other.
we're
I'm
worried
not going to
about.
tell you one way or the other if
no,
you're right.
I'm done. I didn't play the first one. I have.
That's
no
why I'm really
business-
curious what you're going to say.
I have
please.
no business. Well, no, because I'm sure that's a different character.
Maybe.
But no,
Just
I'm,
please.
No, I'm okay.
I can't even
Bullshitting.
guess.
That's fine too. I mean, it wasn't something I realized right away, and only until someone else. I think it was actually Andrew who said that there was a theory for it.
Yeah.
That it makes sense, and immediately as it was said, I was like, oh my god, and I recognized the name and everything like that. Like,
Right. As Rick said, it's supposed to make you uncomfortable. There's no
Right.
way that trailer is not supposed to make you uncomfortable. You're supposed to be squeamish watching that trailer. You're supposed to feel what this world is all about, and like it sells it. Like that. This is like the grim world that these people are living in, and like it's weird that like I want to be a part of that world, but I do.
yeah,
Like-
That's what it wants you to do. You have to
Yeah.
eat, man. That's just
No.
what
It's that's the thing about like why do people like violent things? I think it's because you get to experience something that you would never want to in real life, right?
I don't like experiencing violence thing. At
Yeah, but
all.
like you get to
That's
to
just me,
take
though,
part in that kind of
Like,
thing.
I don't
without
wanna take
actually,
part.
I want to see
without
it.
actually. You
Like
know.
the people are like, "Oh, the zombie apocalypse would be cool." I'm like, "Well, you can go ahead and die then. I'm gonna be safe in the real world where zombies like aren't gonna chase me and come at me out of the woods."
Right.
And crazy bald psychos are trying to chop my arm off. Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
I want to
I
talk
don't
about
think
it
it
more,
was-
but I can't.
I don't think it was over the top. I don't think it was unneeded. I do agree where I think that it could have had a
Better disclaimer.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
A better
100% it
disclaimer at
could
the
have.
beginning, stating something. I think it actually is almost necessary
Mm-hmm.
in a situation like that. And I think honestly, that's a little irresponsible of them.
I think
for
they
not
wanted to
doing it.
surprise people, and that kind of sucks. But they didn't want to
But-
give people any heads up, like, hey, be prepared for graphic violence, because that would have made, I think, a lot of people right off the bat think this could be The Last of Us, and they didn't want people to
Right.
think it was The Last of Us until the last moment when the clickers show up. But I still think, even though the conference as a whole was 18 plus, you know, it was marked that way, I still think it would have been smart for them to, right before that trailer happened, say, this trailer has graphic violence. Like, that's all they really needed to do. And I think people would have not really had an argument on the case. So,